Have you guys ever wondered why there are so many foreigners that are actually married to a Filipino woman nowadays? And you're probably thinking right now that Cupid must have released the best arrow across the Philippines, just way too good. Because actually I have heard about this one even before, even from the earliest history of the country here in the Philippines, that the Filipino women actually have attracted so many foreign men or Western men to be specific. And most Filipinas actually make most of foreigners to settle down here in the Philippines for good. So I guess no wonder Philippines has always been and still the home of many half Filipino individuals, like half Filipina, half Japanese, half Filipina, half Australian, half Filipina, half American, half Filipina, half Korean. So yeah, any different kinds of nationalities across the world is actually involved with a Filipina. Hello there, beautiful people. Steph Filipinas here, and welcome back to my channel, everyone. So for today's video, we are going to be talking about a very interesting topic because, as a native Filipina who knows my own women in my country for so many years already, I am going to talk about or mention few of the reasons why I think foreigners cannot help it but fall madly in love with my co-Filipinas here in the Philippines. Alright, so let's go to the first reason why foreigners in love with Filipino women is because we possess exceptional natural beauty. All right, that is actually true, everyone, because it's no doubt that Filipino women are one of the most beautiful people here in this world. And no wonder why there are so many international pageants and competitions where Filipinas wins for being the most beautiful of them all. So it's just a pride for us Filipinas here in the Philippines to be able to win any different kind of titles all over the world. And mixed with different foreign bloodlines, Filipinas actually represents a diverse cultures, making us exceptionally and uniquely beautiful. And as you guys all know, we actually have this unique tan skin, bright, engaging smile, and packed with our pleasing eyes that actually speaks on behalf of what we cannot say. So yes, this is actually true, everyone, that most of the Filipinas have a natural beauty. Like, when you get here in the Philippines, if you're going to compare the Filipina beauty compared to the Western beauty, you can definitely see the difference because here in the Philippines, most of the Filipinos are actually born natural. You can only see 1%, like literally 1% of them, they try to change something about your body, like enhancement, botox, lip fillers, and something like that. But most of the women here, guys, literally most of the women here, especially in the province, the province girls, they have the natural beauty. And I like the fact that even though we are highly exposed to social medias, to TikTok, Instagram, stuff like that, but we didn't let social media to control us, to make us feel insecure of our body, that oh, they're actually pretty, this girl on TikTok, this girl on Instagram are actually pretty, and I want to have this kind of body, I want to have this kind of boobs, I want to have this kind of lips, I want to do nails extension, I want to do eyelash extension. But I am so happy that most of the Filipinas that I know, they prefer to have their natural beauty at ease. Especially I remember I actually asked one of my friends, there were actually like five of them that are flat chested. I know it's so mean to say that, but like they have like a small boobies. And then I was asking them jokingly though that, hey guys, why can you not, why don't you just go ahead and make your boobs bigger since you guys are financially stable enough to afford that? But then they said, no, I'm not gonna waste my money to have my boobs bigger. I'm content with this and I'm very happy with this actually. And some of the foreigners or even Filipinos, they are more attracted to flat chested women. So I was like, oh really, that's right. I actually like that mindset because even like we are exposed to social medias, or even like they are city girls, they are born and raised here in the city, they don't feel the urge to change anything about their body. In fact, they appreciate their body more, the natural body that we have. So I was like, oh, so even like the Gen Z, the Generation Z, they still wanted to keep the natural beauty that they have. And I am just like happy about that. And compared to other West countries like American women, well, I'm not trying to generalize, but actually I've heard a lot of this, that most of the Western women are actually have like a fake body, or a fake butt, a fake a fake boobies, and then a lip filler, botox, or something like that, and they're like spending money just to have enhancement on their body. Well, honestly, I don't see anything wrong with that, because I have some friends actually that they do something like that as well. Like, I know like two or three of them that they wanted to change their body. I mean, not like completely change their body, but they are kind of like insecure about that certain part of their body that they want to enhance. Like, for example, they have like a flat nose. So since they are financially stable, they can afford it, then they were able to like have it, sharper or longer, or whatever is that called. But I am really happy because they do that if they feel comfortable doing that, if they feel happy doing that for themselves, and if they use their own money to do that, to have enhancement, to spend whatever they want to do with their body, with their life, basically, then yeah, I'm completely happy with that. All right, so let's go to the next reason of why foreigners are attracted to Filipino women is because of our simplicity. So yes, this is actually true, because we Filipinas are actually one of the simplest creature of women across Asia. Because we are just simply fragile, vulnerable, and we are highly believe in one's natural beauty and disposition in life. Because most of us actually, we do not really fancy luxurious lifestyles. Instead, we value and appreciate even better to have a simpler, basic way of living. And as you guys all know as well, we Filipinas appreciate simplicity and all different things, like in relationship, in our family, and just basically living an everyday life. We appreciate the simple way. And I think it's just the Filipino culture or tradition. We just really appreciate the natural beauty, the simple things in life. And that's the reason why we Filipinas have that mindset that we want to enjoy the present moment, the simple moment, as much as possible, because you will not be able to have that kind of moment anymore. So do not waste it. And that's how we think here in the Philippines. So yes, again, no wonder why foreigners are attracted to Filipino women, because we Filipinas appreciate the simple way of living. And actually, if you are going to be here in the Philippines and you are dating a Filipina woman, compared to other Western women, compared to them, we are actually more simple, because even if you are going to take us on a simple date, like a picnic date, or even to the Jollibee date, oh my god, guys, trust me on this, we Filipinas would highly, highly appreciate it, because it doesn't really matter if you're going to take us to street foods, to Jollibee, or just having a picnic date at the seaside, because we just really appreciate it. And doesn't really matter, it doesn't really necessarily for you guys to take us on a very expensive luxury dates, because we believe the value of money. We Filipinas really think that there's more valuable things in life than money, and that's how we think here. We just want to have a simple life. And if you guys think, or if you have heard, that most of the Filipinas actually just want to have a simple life in the province, most of them are actually wanting to settle down in the province to have a quiet, peaceful, and simple life. And that's how I want as well. That's how we Filipinos want as well. Just to have someone who can spend the rest of our lives with in a very simple way of living. So yeah, that is true. And no wonder why, again, foreigners are very attracted to Filipino women. And no wonder why there are so many passport bros or Western men leaving their country, and they want to settle down here in the Philippines because of the simple life that we have here. Although we are not the richest country, although we are lacking some important things that you guys have, that you used to have way back in your home, way back in your country. But trust me on this, once you get through the Philippines, you will never want to go back in your country anymore, because the simple way of living here in the Philippines make you realize that there's so much more in life than career, than having a lot of money, than a lot of kind of possessions like things or high-end bags or anything like that. There is so much more in life than any of this kind of temporary things, these tangible things, and that is the simple way of living. And what I meant by simple way of life is you are simply living a very peaceful life with so much love, with so much happiness, with so much fulfillment in your life. And that's exactly how we are here in the Philippines. That's exactly how we are as a Filipino people here. And no wonder why there's a lot of tourists from across the world keep wanting to go back here to the Philippines, because of that specific reason, because of the natural resources that we have here, because of the natural beauty that we have here, and because again of the simplicity of life that we have here in the Philippines. Okay, so let's go to the third reason of why foreigners are attracted to a Filipino woman is because we Filipino women are noted to be a huge believer in the essence of family in person's life. We have this strong bond, family, close family tie here in the Philippines. And you know what, guys? Usually we are the ones who create bonds among family members. We are the light of the house, as a Filipino saying used to say, actually. So yeah, that's I think one of the reasons why foreigners are wanting to date a Filipina, or why they're attracted to Filipina, because we are just simply a family oriented. And you know, we Filipinas do not want actually to miss any chance to have a proper bonding with our families, and we highly prioritize our parents and siblings. And that is actually true, because I can relate to that personally. And also, we Filipinas believe that family is a great shaper of who we are as a person, as a worker, as a friend, as a lover, and just yeah, just basically as a person. And also, we Filipinas prioritize our families over anything else. Even if it's our career, our goals, our personal ambitions, or even if it's our love life and our own happiness. So yeah, that is actually true, and I can relate to that. Actually, we have a saying here that family first. Family should always come first. And that has been a part of our Filipino culture for generations, and is actually deeply ingrained in the minds of Filipinas, or the Filipino people in general. So, you know, as a result, we Filipinas are highly devoted to our families, and we will definitely do everything, whatever it takes, to ensure that where our families are remain close knit and happy, like genuinely happy. This is true. And me personally, guys, I can relate to this, because you know, I have strong family values. We are family oriented. I am very family oriented. I am mama's girl, actually. I am mommy's girl. And then I can relate to that, to this, in a sense that I would sacrifice my own happiness. I would sacrifice my own love life for the sake of my family. And you know what? I think you guys all know already that one of the reasons um why we broke up with my ex American boyfriend is because of this. That is actually related to the topic that we have today, which is family oriented. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a family oriented. It's just that sometimes there's gonna be disadvantage. I just recently broke up with my ex, and the reason why is because, again, my ex boyfriend wanted me to go there to US, and he wanted me to live there for like 4 or 5 years. But then I told him that no, I'm not gonna be there. I'm not gonna stay in the US. I cannot see myself living in the US. And I don't know, for some reason, guys, I just really know deep in my heart that America is not for me. Any other countries are not for me. And I am happy already here in the Philippines. And I just really hope that if ever I want to date a foreigner again, I just really hope that he's gonna understand or respect the strong family values that I have, because we Filipinas actually are very family oriented person, and I know for a fact that there's also a lot of Filipinas who experience the same experience as me, that they had to sacrifice themselves, not wanting to go there in any other country or in the US, because they just want to live here in the States to take care of their family. And that's the reason why we separated our ways, because I choose my family over him. I mean, there's nothing wrong. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that my own preference says I cannot live in the US knowing that I'm gonna be having a good life there. I'm gonna living the best life there. But I think I'm not gonna be able to sleep peacefully knowing that I have family over here in the Philippines, that I live, that trying to survive each day, and I don't want to miss any opportunities. I don't want to miss any occasion, any birthdays, any celebrations, any occasions in my family, guys, just because I choose to be in the US, just because I choose to live there with my boyfriend, with my ex-boyfriend. So actually making me sad. Even right now, it's making me sad, like really, really sad. But sometimes we have to do things that we think is right. And I have been receiving a lot of judgments lately, that they accuse me that the reason why my ex-boyfriend broke up with me is because, again, because of the thumbnails that I have, because of my sexy pictures, because of my sexy videos and stuff like that. But honestly, my ex-boyfriend has been supporting me all throughout everything that I do in life. It's just that the conflict that we have actually was, he wanted me to go there in the US and wait for like 4 to 5 years. And once he's financially ready, once he's ready to settle down here in the Philippines and leave the America, for us to simply live our life here in the Philippines, is I have to make a big decision, which is he wanted me to go there. But again, I never want to go in the US. I would prefer to stay here in the Philippines, make my own money here, work so much, work harder here, being a content creator, being an online seller, any kind of work. I want to do that to financially support myself and to financially support my family. I know for a fact that some of you guys are wanting to have a Filipina who is very family oriented, and also some of you don't want to date a Filipina who is very family oriented, because you don't want to deal with any family dramas and something like that. But guys, I'm gonna tell you this: once you are going to date a Filipina, or once you're going to marry a Filipina, you also date or marry her family. And that doesn't necessarily have to spend a lot of money for her family. What I meant by that is to marry her family, show some respect to her family, just have a quality time with her family, with your Filipina family. That's what the most important thing. And I know some of you have also experienced bad things about your Filipina girlfriend, family, your fiancé, family, or your wife's family. But I just want to let you know, do not generalize, because all of us are different in so many ways, okay? All right, so let's go to the next reason of why foreigners are attracted to Filipino women, is because we Filipinas see marriage as very important thing. And that is actually true, guys, because we Filipina believe in the sanctity of marriage. And divorce is not allowed here in the Philippines. Divorce is not legal here in the Philippines. So as much as possible, we Filipinas, we see marriage as very, or yeah, highly valued by most of us Filipino women. And we are actually known for our strong family values. And that's what I mentioned earlier, right? Because, we were actually taught from a very young age to put a high premium on marriage, which is actually reflected on how we view our relationships and marriage. with our boyfriend or with our future husband. So again, no wonder why foreigners are very attracted to Filipino women, because we respect the sanctity of marriage. Unlike much of the Western women, they do not actually value the marriage thing. And in fact, they will only wanting to marry a guy for financial reasons. And I guess divorce is very common there in the US. And I've heard a lot of things, guys, that Western women just wanting to marry random, Western guys because they can easily divorce them. And as soon as they divorce the Western man, they can get financial support, they can get asset or anything like that in the US, unless if they agree for the financial agreement. But yeah, compared to any other countries, we Filipinas actually really value the important, the true essence of marriage. All right, let's go to the last but not the least. One of the reasons why foreigners are attracted to Filipinas is because we Filipinas are known to be very romantic and have a very affectionate in nature. That is so true, guys. Because, we Filipinas actually, we often see as the epitome of hospitality, kindness, and compassion. And, from our close family ties to our strong sense of loyalty and faithfulness, we Filipino women have a lot to offer in terms of relationship. And that is actually true because, as you guys all know, we Filipinas, we were raised and taught already to do the household chores. We were trained already by our parents, by our grandparents to do the household chores at a very young age. And as we grow up, we have already ingrained that kind of personality, that kind of qualities that we have like as a wife material. And no wonder why foreigners wants to have a date or marry a Filipina because of that specific reason. Most of the Filipinas actually do not only bring an abundance of love, care into relationship, but also most of the Filipina provide emotional support in times of need. So we actually believe that through sickness and in health, through richer for poorer, we do really believe that marriage vows. So expect that if you're gonna marry a Filipina, just expect that no matter what happens through thick and thin, they're always gonna be with you. Well, I'm not gonna say that all, because I know for sure there's always gonna be that bad people right there. There's always gonna be a bad Filipinas out there. But at the brighter side, but the most latter part, most Filipino women are very affectionate and they will always be there for you no matter what happens. I wonder why foreigners are attracted to Filipinas, because we are just naturally loving and we are very generous people who actually strive hard to make the best out of every situation and always find solution to everything. And also, Filipinas are some of the most romantic people in the world. And I think most of you guys already know about this because it's really evident in how we actually express ourselves or express our feelings to our loved ones. Like, whether it's through handwritten letters or thoughtful gifts or simply taking time out for our day to surprise our loved ones, our parents, our family, our boyfriend, our husband. And we Filipinas have a knack of showing how much we care. So we are actually very expressive with ourselves and we are very clingy, guys. Well, some other Filipinos are not very vocal or not very expressive with their feelings, but most of the Filipinos are actually very expressive. And yeah, just basically, we Filipinas, our love language is actually words of affirmation and physical touch. So yes, that's it everyone. I have already mentioned you some of the many reasons of why foreigners are in love and find Filipino women very attractive because again, of those specific reasons that I just mentioned. But yeah, anyway, if you're wanting to go here to Philippines and you want to date a Filipina, then that's the best decision that you will ever make in your life. But again, as what I mentioned, we always have to be very careful and trust but verify. All right, but anyway, guys, again, if you like my content and if you enjoy my content, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, click the like button, and click the notification bell for more videos update. Bye bye.